Forgiveness doesn't always reconcile. They told you that if you forgave, everything would go back to the way it was. Maybe you believed them because you wanted to. Maybe you hoped forgiveness would somehow restore what had been broken. But no one prepared you for the day you realized that some doors were never meant to reopen. For a long time, you may have confused forgiveness with access. You may have believed that being loving meant allowing people back into places they repeatedly set on fire. So you forgave, and you stayed. You forgave, and you explained. You forgave, and you gave another chance. Then another, and another. Until one day, you realized you weren't extending grace anymore. You were abandoning yourself again. I've learned that forgiveness was never meant to erase wisdom. God never asks us to pretend. Trust wasn't broken. Forgiveness changes the heart, but trust changes through consistent actions. Those are not the same thing. You can pray for someone's healing without volunteering for more pain. You can genuinely hope they find peace without handing them the key to yours. You can release bitterness without returning to the place that created it. That isn't revenge. It's wisdom. It's stewardship over the life and heart God has entrusted to you. Even Jesus walked away from crowds. He didn't remain where hearts were hardened. And he never sacrificed his purpose to keep everyone comfortable. Perhaps that's what healthy love looks like. Not walls built from fear, but gates open with wisdom. Not everyone who apologizes is changed, and not everyone who has changed knows how to apologize. Don't wait for either before allowing yourself to heal. Some people will never understand why you left, because they only knew the version of you that stayed, no matter how much it hurt. Let them misunderstand. You've already learned that you don't need everyone's approval to protect what God has entrusted to you. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is forgive someone they'll never know you forgave, because the conversation is no longer necessary. Not every ending requires closure from another person. Sometimes closure is simply deciding that the pain doesn't get another chapter in your story. Forgiveness isn't saying, "What happened was okay." It's saying, "What happened will not decide who I become." Reconciliation isn't always the reward for forgiveness. Sometimes peace is. So if today you're holding someone in one hand and you're healing in the other, choose healing. If reconciliation ever comes, let it be built on repentance, truth, trust, and time, not guilt, pressure, or obligation. Love doesn't ask you to sacrifice the person God is restoring, simply to comfort the person who broke them. Perhaps forgiveness was never about going back. Perhaps it has always been about becoming free enough to move forward.